So this is for a movie. I swear to God, I've done reviews for this movie, but I can't find it across my channel. I'm really thinking my videos are getting deleted or I just can't fucking find them. But anyway, it is called Fear. And it is with Mark Wahlberg and Reese Witherspoon. Now, there's a scene in this movie that makes me wish I wasn't single and had an adventurous partner. But, yeah, no, I can't do that anymore. I'm gonna die if I do. Anyway, when 16, remember this. God, this makes this movie so much fucking worse. But, okay. Let me state something right now. I do not approve of the age difference. I fully believe her dad should have beat Mark Wahlberg's ass. I'm just saying. But anyway, when 16-year-old Nicole Walker, Reese Witherspoon, who does look really young in this movie, I'm not sure if she was 16 around 16 at this time, but she looks rather young. I would say 15 or 16 in real life. I could be wrong. Alyssa Milano also plays in this, and she looks significantly older, even though they're supposed to be about the same age. Meets 23-year-old David McCall, Mark Wahlberg. At a Seattle nightclub, she falls in love. David is exciting, charming, and despite the wide age gap, he wins over Nicole's family, which makes no fucking sense, because the dad is the only one who knew to be suspicious, but, like, you're a 23-year-old's not coming anywhere near my daughter. Like, let's make that clear. Except for the workaholic father, Steve, who's suspicious of David from the start. His concerns are realized when David turns out to be a violent sociopath who sees Nicole as his possession and her family home and fortress to be invaded. So, alright, we see, not almost right away, but like within a significant amount of time, that David is fucking crazy. And I'll say this from the start, Mark Wahlberg playing crazy was sexy as fuck. I don't want to see this man in comedies anymore. I saw this movie a while ago. Years ago. I was at least 16 when I saw it. And it was fucking hot. But as I grew up and matured, obviously 16 and 23 is fucking disgusting. But also, you see that David is not, like, sexy controlling. He's, like, he'll murder you in your sleep controlling. So, he wants her to stay away from her one male friend, who he does end up fighting with. And then there's a scene where she sees David, her friend, Alyssa Milano, with another man, like, with the guy she was fucking with at the time, who looks also significantly older. He looks like he's, like, in his 30s, honestly. But David grabs her by the hair and I think he says something along the lines of, like, come with me or you're mine or something like that, and she goes with him. She clearly looks under the influence of something. And honestly, I don't think any of that was consensual. Like, it didn't look consensual. You could tell after the fact she was traumatized. Like, it didn't sit well in my bones when I got older and rewatched it. So you can tell from an outside perspective that it was not consensual. However, it just looks like for Kirsten Dunst's character, Nicole, it just looks like her best friend just fucked her boyfriend. But she's blaming on the best friend, not the boyfriend, who clearly gripped her up, like. Now, before all this, there's the scene in I think it's a Ferris wheel or a roller coaster or something. I don't remember the actual piece of equipment. But still, my dead heart that cannot race anymore or I will die. Yeah. But then again, you remember the age gap and you're just like, ew, you're fucking disgusting. I liked it when I was younger. As an adult, not so much. Because, like, I guess you realize things are more creepy as you get older. Like, I think if they showed this character 16, later down in the year, she would have been like, well, why the fuck was I fucking around with a 23-year-old? When I was 19, I messed around with an almost 30-year-old. And we were, like, messing around for 2 years. And as I got older, I was like, that's fucking disgusting. And dude, I believe only was messing with me because I was a virgin. Like, that's nasty. There's a lot of things that were nasty about him, but we'll just stick with that. So then we get to this point in the movie where David thinks that the only reason she's breaking up with him is because of her father. Mind you, there is a point in this movie where he hits her. She's got a black eye. the stepmom helps her cover it up because she thinks it was just like an accident, not from him, but like at school or something. And I'm just like, bitch, press more, fucking find out more information, because your stepdaughter is fucking a 23-year-old and you're doing nothing about it. But anyway, so it gets to the point where David tries to frame the dad for beating him up. He punches his own chest and he tries to frame the dad for beating him up. Nicole is done with his shit towards the end of the movie. She's terrified of him, like she's scared. And she's also done with him because she knows like he's not mentally well. And I believe he does have a past. I think the dad ended up looking into his criminal record, but I can't fully remember that. But then he tries to break into their home. And he knows the code, I believe. He kills the dog, I think. I think he kills the dog, or he tries to kill the dog, which makes me very upset, and I didn't want to watch the movie. But it's very, especially that ending scene where he is breaking into the house with his, like, gang, is very intimidating, it's very intense, it's very fearful. I wouldn't put it up to today's standards of horror, but back then, if you were watching it in 1996, I was watching it in the mid-2000s. Like, I want to say, I don't even know what year it was when I was like 15. But it was definitely scary then. It's more of a suspenseful thriller than it is a straight horror slasher. But it's so worth the watch if you haven't watched it. It's creepy, and it's sexual, and it's intimidating, and I only ever want to see Mark Wahlberg in horror movies from now on. Or good horror, like, he plays a psychopath horror, because he was in The Happening, and he was not good in The Happening. But this movie, I only want to see him play a psycho ever again. It's the only thing I want to see him as. It is free, available on Tubi. Please comment, like, subscribe, and let me know what you think, and thanks so much for watching.